Hi, I'm Bill, and today with my trusty bread pan, measuring cup, measuring spoon, and measuring shot glass, I am going to show you how to make my famous poppy and sunflower seed bread. Should take about 3 hours. First, we mix in all of the wet ingredients. I already put an ounce of water into the bread pan. I like to put the bread pan into the sink. That way if you spill anything, no problem. Measured out a cup of water between 100 degrees and 110 degrees Fahrenheit. 1 ounce of oil. I use olive oil. 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. 2 tablespoons of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of dried milk. Actually, 1.5 tablespoons of dried milk. I just realized I forgot an ingredient, which I'm going to go get. 3 1/4 cups of flour. So that's the 1/4 cup there. And like I said in previous video, I always like to keep my measuring cups right in there with it. And that way it's a lot easier to measure things out and have them all set, ready to go. Also, if you spill, that way it goes right back in to the sink. So, we have all of the ingredients in there except for the poppy seeds and sunflower seeds. I'm going to put those in, and actually I'm going to go get them. Alright, now with a quick run to the storeroom, we have our poppy seeds. Use 2 teaspoons of that. Your bread measuring spoon works perfect for that. Don't worry too much about being exact on this. It doesn't really matter. 3 tablespoons of sunflower seeds. You can also add in walnuts if you want. I add in about 1/2 handful, but I'm just going to make it the way I usually make it right now. Now, of course I am. Next thing is the yeast. Store this in an airtight container in your fridge. We measure off. This has to be pretty precise. 1 7/8 of a teaspoon. You get pretty good at eyeing about how much 7/8 of a teaspoon is for using these measuring spoons. But if you use too much yeast, you'll get great big holes in your bread. And if you use too little yeast, obviously it won't rise enough. I'm going to take a picture of this, and then I will show you what the finished product looks like. Not sure if you're going to be able to see this, but that's about what your bread should look like. Yeah, it's flopping around. It should form up into a nice little ball. Also, you might want to get yourself one of these little lights, otherwise this is what you're looking at. Normally I don't sit around and just watch my bread maker make bread, but today is an exception. Because what we're doing here is waiting for the last cycle. As soon as this cycle is done, then we pull the paddle out real quick and put the bread back in the bread machine. One of the things that you don't want to do when you do this is you don't want to spend a whole lot of time with the bread out of the machine because the bread's been warming. And don't take the time, just plop her right back down on the spindle. There is a little light in this bread machine, and there is the bread, all done using just the light from the bread machine. Yum, yum, bread. Here's the bread on top of a bread box or crumb box, however you want to call it, and the Victorinox bread knife. all ready to slice the bread up tomorrow. I've had trouble with fruit flies in the past and found that just putting a little camping net keeps them out. Have a great day. The following day, I've made my bread, I've made sandwiches for everybody, and I just wanted to share with you a little bit about my favorite knife, the Victorinox knife. This will get slices like this. I don't normally slice up a whole loaf of bread, but I'm going to put one more slice down on this loaf. It's best to slice them as you use them. After buying this, I actually got rid of my bread slicer because it is just so easy. You know, the bread slicing guides that you pay for. See how nice and uniform that is? And that's just one quick, easy slice. Also, if you want to make some changes to this bread recipe, I recommend a little bit of walnuts. If you want it to be more yellow, you could just put in a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. Have fun, go out, experiment, and have a great day.